Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Denver Broncos. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I'm coming.
Clock now on 1st down. He's got it. The tight end, Jeff Heuerman. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Set 30 base.
Check. Watch the before. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
X3, 218, chopper.
SOS. Check the backer.
5.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Hit it.
54 right there. 54
Ready.
On 1st down, Locke. And that's complete to the tight end, Heuerman. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Hey, Haywood.
Check Mike 47.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, 4 down.
Smooth.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Yeah, that's what I do. 47 mic.
Yes. Go.
Clock will try again on 2nd down. This is the tight end, Fant. Past the 20. And they move this all the way down to the 9. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Okay, ready? Hey, zoom.
Check, 47. Ricky. Mike's 47.
Go.
Throwing his lock on third down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the fourth down play to result in 23 yards.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Down. 8, read. Yep.
Check pass. Hey, watch that. Check Mike, 54.
On first and 10, here's Locke. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Markel Lee just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Here we go. Check 37.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
54 is Mike.
Please grip.
A give running right, Lindsey. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. They'll try to capitalize on play number 11 of this opening drive. 3rd and goal.
You gonna see me in your nightmares. Jim. Check 52.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Break.
33. Check Mike, 33.
80 weapon. 5.
Check 3. Switch.
They start on the ground with 4 cents. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
No.
Hard.
Check.
5.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jones, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught at the 20. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Now!
third down, here comes Jacobs. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Jones now throwing on 4th down. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Line your scouting. Pick the play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
It's going to be a long day. Mike, check 33. 33. Watch the run.
Get it.
Now Jones. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
Ready, ready.
This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal.
Mike, check 33. 33.
Hey! Hey, Charlie!
Check Mike 33. Check Mike 33.
Operating from the gun. Jones. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Sanders' kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Hey, exit.
47 Mike. 47 Mike. Mike 47. Oh, here we go. Oh. 47's the Mike.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Able to get this to Gordon. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Come on, set.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Check Mike 47.
Step.
Lock now on 1st down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Lock again here on 2nd and 10. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Fan,
Take four. Shit.
Leo.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check.
Ready.
Again, they'll throw with Locke. They'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Jones on 1st down. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 14 yards is the pickup there in a Raider 1st. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. We'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now Jones throwing again. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Bradley Chubb in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Single slot. Check out.
Hey, lock it.
Here's Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Block. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. He's got a man, complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Locke. Going up top. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, echo.
59, Mike to 59. Let's go, let's go. Mike spot 9, Mike spot 9.
Look at me. Zip. Ready?
Into the red zone, it's locked. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Ready up.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, high 7.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break through.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Come on, set.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
1st down, Raiders.
Got it.
33.
We ain't giving up nothing yet. Hey, Haywood.
Check my 33. Check my 33.
Go get it.
On 1st down, Jones over the middle, complete. It's Edwards. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. Jones now operating from the gun. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And Marquell Lee with a stop defensively.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Go.
Mike's 54.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Here we go. 8-3.
Out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get
Yo, go.
Go, Mike 51.
Snap.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
On the ready.
51 to Mike,
First
boy.
and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Mike 51. Mike.
On the 5.
On 1st and 10, Locke. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Ready.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Locke. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. To throw on 3rd down. Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Fielded just inside the 30. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now from Jacksonville. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Throwing on 1st down. Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
You get blocked me. You get
Block now to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Here we go, set, 18, Gator.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey, check, Mike.
Hey, Charlie.
47. Not here. 47's the mic, folks.
Hey.
Come on.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lock. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Malik Jefferson in there on the stop.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 20-yard line.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Hey, exit.
Stop your whining.
Go.
54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check, check, watch me.
Look at me. Zipper 5.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jones escaping the pressure right. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The Raiders on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing, Jones. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Jones throwing on 4th down. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Hey, check Mike 33, check Mike 32.
Now Jones throwing on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Let's go now. 90 Wolf. Say Alpha.
Blue down, blue down.
Get it.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw it is Locke. He completes this to Sutton. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
He's got his man on the crossing route. Broncos on the move here a bit. Nice plays in succession back-to-back. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Locke gets this to Hamilton. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Locke going to throw. That went into the hands of Hamilton. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. But a flag is down here, so hold on. Let's see what this is about. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Watch the slap.
Ready?
A Locke going to throw it here. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 17-3. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, break.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now.
Mike check 33.
Here's Jones to throw again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Check 25. Check 25.
Hey.
Hey, check motion man. Put your hand.
Score.
Motion man. Check. Cross.
Go.
From the gun, Jones. He's going to let it fly. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Back to throw. Jones. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Justin Simmons, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They look to throw, it's locked. His throw caught at about the 5. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. A 5-yard touchdown catch, and the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. McManus's point after is good, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Justin Simmons. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So this one will wind up.